just slipped in here. We still got a pretty good wait time, I think, before turkeys start coming in here. I just want to discuss something. Something I think that sometimes is overlooked by especially beginner turkey hunters, and a lot of times by veteran turkey hunters, and that is evening hunting. Now, I know in some states you can't hunt all day, and so if that's the law, then that's just something you got to deal with. But there's a lot more states where you can hunt all day. And I know when it comes to turkey hunting, we don't like that all-day hunting. Deer hunting, we can, as whitetail hunters, we can sit out there morning, evening. Man, we don't even think twice about it. With turkey hunting, it's a whole different ball game. It's almost like we don't even give a second thought to evening hunting, even if we can hunt evenings legally. Listen, if you got a limited time, especially now, I'm fortunate to where I can hunt every day of the season. I can hunt as much as I want to. But a lot of guys, they're weekend warriors, or they don't have a whole lot of time to hunt. So you want to take advantage of every time that you get to get out there and hunt. And sometimes after about 11 o'clock, we're ready to call it a day and say, forget it, we'll just come back next weekend, or we'll come back next time, and so you waste a whole evening, when a lot of times the evening can be a dynamite time to kill a turkey. Your strategy's has got to change a little bit, but like what I'm doing right now, I had some turkeys roosted this morning, and they were right across this little pasture. And I was sitting on where I'm sitting now, and they were right across the little pasture. I could see them up in a tree. There was a hen right here at the edge, and right behind her, a few trees over, was a gobbler, and I seen him in there strutting on the limb, and it gobbled a couple times. And then there was 4 or 5 other turkeys, and I don't know what they were, but probably hens, but they were right down below him, and so they all pitched out. I was tree calling to them, and they were yelping in the tree, and I was tree calling to them and all that. And but when they pitched out, they pitched that way, and of course the gobbler went with them, and he went around and back there somewhere or another. I never did catch up with him. So what I like to do in a situation like that is I like to slip back in there that evening in the same general place, because I've seen this happen a lot over the years of hunting turkeys. It seems like if they're not disturbed and nobody messes with them during the day and they don't get boogered up too bad, a lot of times they'll get on a 2 or 3 day roosting pattern to where they'll come in the same general area for 2 or 3 days. And a lot of times they'll roost in the same trees. I've seen them roost in the same tree for a week at a time. I've seen a gobbler roost in the same exact tree. Now, it don't happen all the time, but I have seen turkeys get in the same area for at least 2 or 3 days at a time if nobody messes with them. And so I like to slip back in there in the evenings if I can hunt in the evenings, which I can here, and I like to kind of watch, because a lot of times turkeys will move right back in that area a little bit before dark. When it starts getting late in the evening, they'll start moving right back in a full circle and come right back to that place. Well, if you're set up and you're doing some light calling, doing some soft calling, don't get crazy, don't get super loud, unless the turkey wants that, unless he's gobbling at it. But I mean, most of the time, just do some soft calling and just kind of be that hen that's out there feeding along. And a lot of times he may come slipping in, checking you out before he heads back to where he was that morning on the roost. Or if he's got hens with him, they might come check you out and drag him with you. So it's a good time to kill a turkey, especially when they're henned up like they are right now. Now, I like to, what I like to do when I am hunting evenings, I like to get actually where I can see. So I don't really like hunting in the timber in the evenings. Now I will, if I'm hunting a very timbered place where there's no pastures, no fields. You know, I'll hunt the timber, hunt a ridge or something. But what I like to do is I like to actually sit in a pasture, especially if I know turkeys, you know, like this morning was roosted near it. And for two reasons. One, I can watch turkeys from afar, and even if they don't get up my way, I can see them going in a certain direction. And if I see them going across in a certain direction, I kind of know where they're roosted at and gives me a good indication for the next morning. Or the best scenario is gobblers by himself. You can see him out there. You got time to move him in position because he's a good ways out there. You start working him, and you know, if he starts displaying and strutting, a lot of times he may, you know, come and check you out, and you got time to do something instead of him just being right on top of you without you can't move. And if they got hens, of course, then the hens sometimes will come and check you out, and you know, of course, drag gobbler, like I said to you. So it's a good time to be out there in the evenings, especially if you know where the turkeys are kind of moving at. You know, if you like decoys, it's a great time to set a decoy up. You know, just kind of set it out there, and a lot of times he may come slipping in quiet, check you out, and he never say a word. And so a decoy is a good evening strategy also if you hunt with decoys. But I think a lot of people overlook evenings when that could be the very time when turkeys really work better for you than the mornings. Now, they may not come in rip roaring, gobbling, and shaking the trees like they do, you know, sometimes in the morning. But when you're in a henned up situation and when you're in a lockdown situation like everybody is right now, you got to do what you got to do in order to be successful. And if that means evening hunting, you just got to tough up, you know, get comfortable, and get your seat out, and just sit there and be patient, call soft, you know, find you a tree, sit down, don't be moving. And that's what I'm doing this evening. I'm just going to sit here for the next, you know, couple hours till dark, and I'm going to just call every once in a while and watch, you know, look, and either put eyes on turkeys for in the morning, or they may come slipping in here and I may get one this evening. So I think a lot of beginner hunters overlook that evening hunt because they really don't know how to do it, you know, because let's face it, if turkey ain't rip roaring gobbling, they're kind of lost. And a lot of veteran hunters, they kind of overlook it because they say it's boring. But hey, I'm out here to kill a turkey. I'm not out here, you know, to have every hunt exactly the same. I'm out here to kill a turkey. I'm out here to be successful. I'm out here to fill my tags. I'm out here to enjoy myself. And so sometimes you can do that in the evenings. And you know, I've killed some really big gobblers in the evenings. Now, I haven't killed near the gobblers, of course, in the evenings that I have in the mornings. But, you know, hey, I've punched some turkey tags in the evening just by doing what I'm doing right now. And it gives you, again, it gives you a good indication of where they're at in the next morning, or they'll come slipping in. So don't overlook that evening hunting, because it can be really one of the best times for you. And just keep that in mind this turkey season.
And make sure to subscribe to this video. Just hit that subscribe button down in the corner. I'd really appreciate it. Also, check out my website, DaleOutdoors.com. Check me out on Patreon. Also, if you're on Patreon, just come over there, and we'd appreciate it if you give like a $2, $3, $4, $5 tip just to help Dale Outdoors out. You know, in the age that we're kind of living in this liberal world, a lot of times YouTube demonetizes a lot of our hunting content because they deem it inappropriate, because we're actually carrying a gun, shooting stuff. So when they demonetize it, we don't get paid, and that's why it keeps us going year after year. So when we do get paid. So if you would like to help us kind of just make up for that little bit of loss that YouTube is trying to do to us, just come over to Patreon and give us a tip, $3, $4, $5, whatever you feel like giving. It would really be appreciated and help a lot. So we're starting to get some followers over there, so come over and join us there. Also, check out SpringFeverCustomCalls.com, where you can pick up all my signature line of calls. This is the brand new Matt Dale Old Sly Slate call. It's a beautiful call. and it sounds great. Man, they're selling like crazy, and we can't keep them in stock, but we're trying to get some more on the website. So go over to springfevercustomcalls.com and check them out, and you will love the sound of this thing. It's really, really high pitched, got a high frequency. It'll really cut through the wind, and I just think a slate call is one of the best pot calls as far as surfaces that you can get. It's old-fashioned, but it still works great. So check them out at springfevercustomcalls.com. Check out SOSO Outdoors also. Really appreciate that. And all the links down below. Check me out on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. Come follow me over there as well. The links will be in the description. So hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned, because we got a lot more turkey hunting content in the weeks to come. I appreciate all of you viewing. Share this on your Facebook page, your social media page, and tell others about Dell Outdoors. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.